Minister, Honorable Betty Amongi, our colleagues who have served diligently in ministry for some time, some of you up to 10 years, which is distinguished service. I'm sorry, my Lord, me, I'm a lawyer, I don't have the privilege of recognizing the justice of the court. My Lord, I want to Honorable Minister, sorry, Honorable Minister, I'm wishing you well, you never know. Honorable Minister, to go in, first of all, don't go. Stay around, let's keep in touch with each other, let's compare notes and see how we can take ourselves ahead. Same as all of you, we value your experience and exposure with this period you've been in this very area. This is a ministry of inclusion. All the people you see are people who are struggling to be included. You need to have this in mind, that all these left on their own would be nowhere. So the Republic of Uganda care to have them included, and they are very sensitive about their inclusion. For those of you who will be serving with us, please. Try this. For those of you who will be slightly better. For those of you who will be serving with us, you know that you have a full obligation of making sure that these people are not only included, but seen to be included. So make sure that you cover that aspect without any excuses. The other point I want to raise is there is a great saying in the law, as my justices will confirm, that the technicalities of the law, yes, I'll get you ways of, yes. The other issues I'm hearing. By the way, before I came here, I attended a youth meeting with. You can't be having public money being given to people to just expend the way they like. That's not possible. And to the extent that they really compromise people who occupy offices above them. I hope you understand what I mean in these cases. That people are giving money for sharing. There's no public money for sharing. People must. This is one disease Dr. Mbonye removed from Ministry of Defense. Money in sacks. You remember when I am wrong? Pesa kwa gunia. And they come and say, hey, you, I think, yes, you deserve this. No, no, no. If public money is being spent anywhere, it must be trackable and traceable. Yes, and by the people whose business it is. So there's nothing like, stipends and, it won't be. So please make sure this is streamlined. And although the outgoing minister, I'm not saying, the senior minister, outgoing, I want to erode it. Please remain ingoing. They were saying that the system is streamlined. My mind tells me this. From the literature I'm reading, I think you need to refine yourselves. If you think you are refined, you may have to find time and refine yourself. There's a lot of, for me, being a professional, on the other end of things, for us, things in the forces are very streamlined. So we need to have this. We sit down as a grand team and we try to change some of these things and make sure people fall where they fall. Of course, we have interlinks with other ministries, but we shall also define what this interlink is all about. plus the interlinks with these projects and so on. You know, some of your things are very interesting. A minister has no car, then a project does get 6 cars.
That's why you are seeing
So-called organization. It was from these complaints. People are saying, I come with the same person for a meeting. I'm a minister, I don't have a sufficient shot. Somebody has 6 cars following him. It doesn't matter who's giving these funds. We shall have to be very clear that, the rules apply. Yes, we shall have to make sure that the rules apply. And I want to support you to get your facilitation as long as you lay out clearly what you want to do with it. Now, the other, back to ignorables, like children from Karamoja who must be brought to the streets of Kampala, and no one has ever cared to dig into this matter and discover this racket. If we could outlive terrorism here, myself here, how can that be a big matter? And I'm giving you a very short time. Whoever is dealing in this business, please stop it. It's not good business anymore. Not good business anymore. And I'll track it to every level. I can tell you about that. Every level. I'll pick these children, I'll check where they sleep, I'll check how they reach there, I'll check how they get transported, I will reach the commander of the racket. Not longer than, yes. And this is a matter between the labor minister and the minister for children. All of you have an interest in this matter. We will have to bring these things to an end. It's like these stories about people who are suffering outside and all that. Another point I want to raise, ladies and gentlemen, honorables, is becoming a consuming ministry. You are consumers. You don't want to create any, like culture is a product these days. People sell culture as a product. All these art galleries you are talking about, which are supposed, according to you, secondary museums, which other people make money out of it. The Filipinos are making a lot of money from export of labor. Ours, it's as if we are being done favors all the way. No. If Uganda educated you and you are serving in South Africa and you are a doctor and you did not even leave any reserve, we are going to have to amend law to make sure that you must pay for the fees Uganda paid for you. And I'm very serious about it. Even all these who export labor, you must leave something for your country. Of course, streamlining those systems also require resources. We won't be begging, Wanange, give us money to do this. No. Yes. Even this person who is being provided, first of all, they have to be prepared properly to be exportable. They must be graded properly to be exportable. And they must serve where we know them to serve. Even when you live illegally, we advise you to legalize yourself wherever you reach. And if you don't legalize yourself, if you have issues, don't always hand it on us. Not that we shall allow our citizens to just know. I'm sure you know when 2 Americans died, the whole of CNN pronounced themselves. When 10 Ugandans die, it is lunch and supper, isn't it? Yes, but it is about our own selves. Yes, our own selves. Things like, I think we have to have call centers, make sure all these issues are raised with you and they must be received and acted upon. If anyone has an issue, you should report it. Then these frictional groups, I met the youth, you said, I don't know, shadow cabinets, I don't know, it's a lot of jazz. Shadow cabinet. Imagine. And it's about resources. Yes, for some of you who don't read things very easily, me I do. It's about resources. When you ask them, what are you shadowing about? To see if our money, no. Yeah, please. And instead of like others, instead of doing, you have 20 factions, each of them soliciting for funds. Why don't you become one team? Yes, and we've sourced funds for people with your support and help. These are things we should have raised where the public is not so exposed, but they are also very essential. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Trade Union 1, Trade Union 10. And it's about Ugandans, and behind it is something called, you study it very well. Nyuma hapa, I was telling you about an officer in the Army Council who said, Your Excellency, you take the rank of Major and appoint me Sergeant and OC fuel. Do you know what that means? In short, OC fuels benefit better than majors. These are diseases we need to eradicate, especially in a ministry like this one, whose main business is the forefront warriors of rights. Yes, you need to sort out these matters. Otherwise, Minister, feel free. I don't know if I can have a spare office for you, but should you want to come, please, karibu sana. And I'm available to get briefings from any of you who thinks there's something I need to know, please. Technical. Please, with me, don't be too technical. Come and let's do work. We shall be doing work. Work. I don't know Christians who don't receive phones. Then you go and serve in the church. If you can't receive phones on Sunday, go and serve in the church. They are there, Kakande, I don't know what. They are there. Yes, you must be open to be called upon public good, because that's why you are paid. Otherwise, I wish you a good stay with me. The speed is a bit swifter. The tolerance is very narrow. The impunity is largely absent. I think you may have to really wake up yourself a bit, and you don't lack in numbers. Actually, if you call the Singaporean here to determine whether this is, he would be shocked how the whole building is being occupied by, and the all of you, each one with an office, I don't know what. Like I see our lady ministers with people who carry them handbags, handbags, and so now they have tissue boxes. I find this very, very interesting thing. But we've seen them in your time. In our time, we are laborers, we are doing public good. So please lighten up yourself. If you are too heavy, calm down like the song reads. Calm down. Otherwise, so need to interact with the press. Yes, please come to us. Like I invited youth yesterday, put us on pressure. But pressure on researched fundamentals. Don't just come to do general talk. No, put us on pressure. Let's have a relationship with you, alert us on things we don't know, be our vigilantes, and make sure that we are able to, pass the day from day to tomorrow. I must conclude by saying you people who have been here, you've done a good job. 98 is not such a long time ago. And we shall try to push on from yourselves. I think, honorable ministers, for me, my office is open. Me, I'm not a very big man. My office is open. Please come and see how we can do a bit of a job. We shall sit together and have, meetings and see what to do. Otherwise, best of luck. Maybe let us hear from the different ministers by the authority given by the outgoing minister. You can make comments considering that there's quite a lot of activity in this period and time. as we prepare to go to Chankwanzi, and that's it. There's something I forgot, hawking. You know, if a ministry official hawking for some small support from, you know, international organizations, and it's unpronounced. These are diseases. I've worked with you for a very long time. Hawking. No, no, no. If you get anything, you must line it up with the authority of the ministry, and let it be designed as a ministry asset, not as. Hawking. No, 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 no. Finally, good luck for all of you. I want to congratulate you, Honorable Wargara. I think the speed at which you are doing is very impressive. So you will be dealing with. Yes, there is some point I forgot. Any shilling that comes from this ministry have to be tracked and traced. I don't know what who handles it in between. It can be Ministry of Local Government, but if we are the originators of the funds, we have absolute authority to track and trace these funds. So, I'm sure you have a very big job. I called a cow to see me now as an elected member, and he said, oh, you know, I think I'll be going for a weekend. General Tumukunde. I said, okay, you go for the weekend. What could I do? So, for us, our shilling will be tracked wherever it goes, no matter who handles it. So, the tracking and tracing will be an essential element of my regime and time. Tracking and tracing. Difficult to minister indeed. Tracking and tracing. So, let's not waste a lot of your time. The rest you will learn with time. I go back maybe to the EPS to conduct the other exercise.
Honorable Lieutenant General Tumukunde Henry, our honorable ministers, outgoing and incoming, permanent secretary, and all the heads of departments, our distinguished guests who are here today, I want to start with congratulating in a special way the team that has been appointed by His Excellency the President, headed by Honorable Lieutenant General Tumukunde Henry, whom I've known for long and worked with. Congratulations. And my colleague, we've been in Parliament with the Minister of State for Labor, and we have been Pan-Africanists for a long time together. So I welcome you to the ministry. I take this opportunity to thank in a special way the team that I have worked with. The Honorable Ministers of State, and I think we started with the Honorable Peace, whom we found here. That's why I think the ministry's team have given her a very robust analysis. She has been here for 10 years, no so? Honorable Peace Mutuzu, we found her here. We joined with Honorable Gidudu and Honorable Samo, and we had the late Honorable Sarah Mateke. May her soul rest in peace. And also we had the one for labor, Honorable Okelo Charles Machodwogo. Again, may his soul rest in eternal peace. And when they passed on, we were joined by Honorable Balam as Minister of State for Youth and Children, and Honorable Anyakun, who has given apology but is trying our best to be here, because also this afternoon they are handing over at OPM. So she said when she finalizes she will be here. So we have worked together, and I want to thank my colleagues for the hard work. And I want to also thank in a special way the ministry's team for the assessment you have given us. Thank you very much for that assessment. Now, this ministry, for each of the minister, you will be briefed by the PS on the staff that you will be given. You will be availed a personal assistant who is from Office of the President. It's Office of the President that deploys personal assistants to ministers. They are at a senior level. You will have your secretary, you will have your office assistant and others. And these ministers will go and hand over. I'm lucky that I have a general who came here 30 minutes before. So, staff, let me tell you early, if you thought I follow time, now you have the one that the timekeeper is below. He will be here 10 minutes also before. So with him, we have had a very lengthy chat already in office, and I've already handed the office to him. So congratulate him already. This formality is now a formality, and we have agreed to have a follow-up discussion on any other matter that would require our attention if need be. The Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development was established in 1998. And that was following a restructuring that merged the former Ministry of Gender and Community Development at that time in the Office of the President with the Ministry of Labor at that time. That is when it acquired its name, the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. So the ministry is very key in social sector institution and is mandated to mobilize and empower communities to harness their potential while protecting the rights of vulnerable population groups. So when you are here, we always say this is a people's ministry. Everybody will be coming to you in this ministry. The vision of the ministry is a better standard of living, equity, and social cohesion. That is our vision. The mission is to promote gender equality and empower women, the vulnerable and marginalized, and ensure decent employment and protection of the rights of all for socio-economic development. So when you are in this ministry, you are at the core of implementation of all the development plans that are there. Our overall goal is to promote employment and productivity, positive cultural values, the rights of vulnerable groups, and gender-responsive development. The ministry's mandate is derived from the Constitution, which the PS has articulated, and the function the PS has also articulated, and the portfolios and vote functions are detailed in the handover report that we are going to give you. I do not want to again read it word by word because of time factor. For me, it is with profound humility and gratitude and a sense of public duty that today I stand here to formally hand over the leadership of this ministry to a very able person who has worked in government for long, understands the procedure, understands the vision, and understands where Uganda is going. To have served in the ministry has been one of the highest honors of my public life. In 2016, when I was called by the president to serve as a minister. At that time, I had moved. I was the one selling the marriage and divorce bill. So when the president wanted to appoint me and talk to me, then he said, which ministry? Before he could, I could answer, he said, but no gender. Now why? Because at that time I was a shrewd women's rights activist. And because of the marriage and divorce bill at that time, the country was on their toes because the men did not want the article for ownership. And I think up to now the men do not want it. You see, they are already shaking their head. So I was then shocked when I was brought in the Ministry of Gender after being indicted earlier. So it is really has been a great honor for me because it has been my passion. And this is a ministry whose mandate lies at the very center of our national conscience and development aspiration. Its work reaches to the daily realities and struggle of each one of us in Uganda. The work of this ministry will reach the person with disability, will reach the older person. When you move out there and see the older person, the day they are picking their 25,000 under SAGE, you can say that surely people who think that money is little do not know the realities. That is how far deep you touch the people. When you go out there and look at the women struggling to borrow money from Uganda Women's Entrepreneurship, and you see what they are doing with that money, and you assess how far they have gone with that little money, that's when you understand the importance of this ministry touching the lives of each one of us. When you sit and you find Ugandans lining to board that plane to go abroad, to go and work for survival, that is when you know that this ministry is at the center of the lives of Ugandans. So you are in a ministry that talks, works, and have to ensure the issue of human dignity, that has to deal with social justice, that has to deal with inclusion and protection of the most vulnerable community in Uganda. That is the task you are given as ministers in this ministry. During my tenure, we have worked very well with my team. Together we have pursued a broad and important agenda aimed at strengthening social protection, promoting gender equality, advancing labor justice, deepening community mobilization. And if you want to know when PDM started, if it were not for Ministry of Gender moving out there for community mobilization, PDM would not have succeeded. So this technical team here is only the problem of financing, but given the opportunity, they work so hard to address most of the issue of safeguarding rights and welfare of Ugandans. We have continued to respond to issue of gender-based violence. This was the Honorable P's signature. When you talk about female genital mutilation, I think the Karamojong and the people in the Kapchorwa, Bukuwe, they know the signature name of Honorable Peace. Issues of domestic violence, talking about shelter for women, FGM and all that. We have worked to ensure that we bring at the forefront key critical issue of economic empowerment for women and issues around rights for women. I want to thank His Excellency the President for giving us confidence in this ministry and appointing us and making us serve in this docket. And I thank the Permanent Secretary and the team and all the stakeholders that has given us all the cooperation in this period that we have served. To the incoming ministers, this is a very difficult ministry. I will encourage you to sleep with the law, to sleep with the policies, to sleep with the regulations, because anything you sign will touch somebody's life. Always be guided by law. Whether you are signing issues related to externalization of labor, just one signature can make somebody's daughter die or leave. Just a signature on a regulation can be an impact. So please be always consult law, consult the regulations, consult the policy, and ask the technical team to buttress you. I always try as much as possible before I make a decision to make the technical team give a report. Because if something happens and you don't have any technical report to back you, then it is your decision alone. And yet for you, you are a political aide. All the technical work is supposed to be brought from down, and when you find something, give the technical team the task to give you opinion and expert analysis before you make a decision. I urge you to always ensure that you, as ministers, open your door. This ministry, somebody can come, wake up and just say, I'm going to the ministry. And sometimes you are overwhelmed, they are there, you have other meetings, you have to always have your doors open. I don't know how Balaam managed a schedule of every Tuesday. I would walk down and find the whole place full, and Balaam's visitors. I don't know how many letters he wrote, and how long he would talk per day. So open door policy is very important in this ministry. Not everybody knows. The people who will come to you will not know that they are supposed to make an appointment. For them, they know, I'm going to my minister of women. So they will come, where is the minister for women? You have to attend to them. Where is my minister for persons with disability? So anytime, please keep your door open. But I know all of you are very well schooled in public management, and you're going to work to ensure that that you succeed. And for the ladies who are coming, I see the ladies outweighs the men. For for all of you, the public job sometimes will strain you, but you need time for your family. You have to keep and schedule that time to make sure that family time is also catered for. Because you can have a volume and volume and volume, and you think that you must finish that work. Work never get finished. If work were to get finished, we will not hand over office. So please do not make work make you sacrifice some time for your family. That is something that for our ladies, I want to leave with you. As I conclude, I take comfort in the knowledge that even when we are here, we are leaving you in the hands of very competent technical people, and that also we are leaving the ministry with a very able team that will be able to work. And to my incoming Honorable Minister, I convey my goodwill and best wishes. May your tenure be marked with success, cooperation, wisdom, humility, courage, and compassion. May you lead with clarity of purpose and with unwavering commitment to the people of Uganda. Thank you very much, and welcome.